The Forgotten Mansion of Hollow Creek. In the forgotten corners of the countryside where the fog never lifts, there stands a mansion known only by the locals as Hollow Manor. The mansion is ancient, its windows darkened by age, its walls covered in the grime of neglect. It's said that anyone who enters will never leave the same, and for some, leaving is not an option. Hollow Creek, the village nearby, is small and no one ever dares approach the mansion. Stories whisper of curses, of strange happenings, of lost souls. But no one knows its true history. Some believe the mansion is just a relic of the past, abandoned and decaying, but others know better. They know that its hunger has never been satisfied, and that it calls to the lonely, the lost, and the curious. Two strangers are about to arrive at this mansion, each drawn by their own reasons, unaware that they are walking into something far darker than they ever imagined. Their fates will soon intertwine, and the mansion's secrets will unfold. One of them, an investigator, is a seasoned paranormal researcher, known for searching the darkest corners of the world in search of answers to the questions no one dares ask. Hollow Manor is one of the last places left on his list, rumored to be haunted by the spirits of its past owners. He's been tracking reports of unusual phenomena here for years, and now, at last, he has come to investigate. The other is a stranger, a person seeking something far more personal. Their sibling went missing years ago, and the last place they were seen was the mansion. Desperate for answers, the stranger has come to Hollow Manor with one goal in mind: to find out what happened. They meet at the mansion's grand entrance, unaware of each other's past. The investigator is already deep in his work, scanning the mansion's surroundings for paranormal activity, while the stranger is filled with an overwhelming sense of dread as they step inside. The mansion welcomes them with a strange, oppressive coldness, and both feel the hairs on their necks stand on end. The investigator, eager to find any signs of life or energy, notices something strange about the mansion's interior. The walls are lined with portraits, old portraits of people whose faces seem to follow them as they move. The furniture is covered in dusty sheets, forgotten for years, but there's something about it all that feels wrong. There's a presence in the house, something more than just the air of neglect. They continue through the mansion, and the investigator uncovers a hidden room, concealed behind a large bookshelf. Inside, a journal lies on a dusty table, its pages yellowed with age. The words scrawled on its pages are eerie, cryptic symbols and strange messages that don't make sense. But one entry stands out. They are watching. They know what we did. The house calls to them. The shadows are never silent. As the investigator reads, the stranger feels a growing unease. A voice, soft, almost a whisper, calls their name. It's coming from deep inside the mansion, somewhere in the distance. A shiver runs down their spine, but they push on, driven by a mixture of curiosity and fear. As the investigator deciphers more of the journal, the stranger begins to feel more drawn to the mansion. Each room they enter feels more oppressive than the last, and strange noises echo throughout. There's something alive about the house, something that pulls at them, urging them to go further. The investigator finds more disturbing clues: a letter from the Holloway family, the mansion's original owners. It speaks of a curse placed on the family, a curse born from a betrayal so horrific that the spirits of the family bound to the house were never able to escape. The letter warns that the mansion feeds on fear, tormenting anyone who dares enter and trapping their souls forever. As they search deeper, the stranger finds something that shakes them to their core, a photograph. It's of their missing sibling, except something's terribly wrong. The face in the picture is distorted, twisted, as if their sibling's identity has been erased. The stranger's heart races as they feel the presence of something dark behind them. They turn to face it, but the house seems to shift before their eyes. The walls stretch, the air thickens. The mansion isn't just haunted, it is alive. It feeds on the fear, the grief, the sorrow of those who enter. The investigator realizes too late that he, too, has become a part of the mansion's curse. The house calls to them, urging them to stay, to become part of its dark history. As they explore deeper into the mansion, they find the hallways stretching longer than they should. The doors won't open, the windows are sealed shut, and the shadows seem to grow thicker. The mansion is trapping them. The air grows colder, and the whispers grow louder. The stranger is pulled toward a darkened corner of the house. The walls seem to press in, and they can hear faint whispers, the name of their sibling, calling to them from the darkness. They follow the sound, desperate to find answers, but as they move deeper, the whispers turn into screams, screams from beyond the grave, and they realize they are not alone. They come to an old, cracked mirror. In it, they see the figure of their sibling, twisted, decayed, eyes hollow. It's their sibling, but not the person they once knew. The stranger screams in horror as the reflection reaches out to them, its hands clawing at the glass. Meanwhile, the investigator is drawn into the heart of the mansion. He finds himself standing in front of a large, ornate door. It creaks open, revealing a dark, empty room. As he steps inside, the door slams shut behind him, trapping him. He feels the temperature drop, his breath turning to mist in the freezing air. The shadows begin to shift, and he realizes he is not alone. The mansion's walls close in on both of them. The stranger and the investigator are lost in its labyrinth, each trying to escape, but neither can find their way out. The mansion is feeding off their fear, tormenting them, pulling them deeper into its grip. In a final moment of desperation, the stranger turns to flee, but as they run through the dark halls, they realize the truth. The mansion isn't just haunted. It is a living entity, a creature of darkness that feeds on souls. It has claimed them, and now there is no escape. The final moments of the story are filled with a silence that is more chilling than any scream. The mansion stands, untouched by time, its halls forever haunted by the souls it has claimed. The camera pulls back slowly, revealing the dark, decaying structure as the fog rolls in, wrapping the mansion in an impenetrable shroud of mystery. The whispers fade into nothingness, and the camera lingers on the mansion for a moment longer. Some doors, they say, should never be opened, and Hollow Manor is a door that was never meant to be touched.